Now let's talk about more on stoichiometry. Chemical changes abound in our environment. How can you tell that a chemical change has occurred? A chemical change is a consequence of a chemical reaction that has occurred. To determine that such a change has happened, during which observations in the natural or laboratory setting are made, one way to represent it is through chemical equations. Now let's go back to chemical equation. A chemical equation is a shorthand for a chemical reaction and is essential when planning an experiment. Just like in writing mathematical equations, basic terms and symbols are also followed in writing chemical equations. So take a look at this chemical equation for the formation of water using hydrogen and oxygen. So as we can see, we have here the symbol of the elements. So look at the example. So as you can see, there are different parts of a chemical equation. The arrow indicates the direction of the reaction and separates the reactants at the left side of the arrow from the products. Now the products are on the right side of the arrow. The arrow is read as gives, yields, or forms. On the other hand, the plus sign appearing between the chemical formulas in the reactant or also in the product simply means reacts and read as and. The coefficient written before the element or compound signifies the number of moles reacted or produced, and the subscripts denote the number of atoms present in the molecule or compound. Thus, this equation can be read as 2 moles of hydrogen react with 1 mole of oxygen to yield 2 moles of water. Okay? So there are other symbols and representation also that are frequently used to specify the physical state of the substance or condition in the reaction. So as you can see in this table, so we have here G meaning gas. We have these symbols, we can also find it in the chemical equation. Okay, so L we have liquid, S solid, AQ mean substance dissolved in water, so in aqueous condition. We have the upward arrow meaning formation of gases, the downward arrow meaning there is a formation of precipitate or solids. Now, having this symbol, the arrow with a triangle above it, it means there is an application of heat. And the last one, it means solid or catalyst used in the reaction. This substance, it may be specified on what is the name of the catalyst. Okay? So take note that catalysts are used to hasten a chemical reaction, whereas inhibitors are used to slow it down. So take note, the opposite of catalyst is the inhibitors. So instead of writing all the events and details of the chemical reaction, chemists simply use the representations and symbols to explain the events taking place during a chemical reaction. Thus, chemical equations help chemists complete laboratory experiments efficiently.